Ta-da, we're live. Yay. Okay. I love this because today I get to interview my friend Melissa Hughes. Melissa and I met just a few weeks ago, actually. It's crazy how the Lord kind of just puts people together when they're supposed to come together. And I just love this. And what Melissa has done in such a short period of time, at least I feel like it's a short period of time, is absolutely crazy. And so I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let her tell her story. So before you launch into your story, tell us about you.
Okay, well, my name, gosh, what a loaded question. My name is Melissa Hughes. I'm a wife, I'm a mom to two little kiddos. I love Jesus, and I have a business that teaches specifically, I love helping Christian women leverage short form video to get their message, their product, their service, their faith out into the world and go viral. So that's what I love. That's a
I
little bit.
think that's amazing. So I'm going to take some notes when I hear you say things so that we can come back to them if you don't mind. So if I'm not looking at you, that's why. Um, so I heard that you had a TikTok that got 22 million views, and it's million. Yes, you heard me right, people.
Yeah.
Million views. And that's kind of what started this whole thing. So we want to know that story.
Yes, that is the story. So I basically was working a job in childcare during COVID. My husband and I had moved home from church planting. We were COVID hit. We were trying to get a house. I was essential.
Same.
Yeah. But I mean that really though, it wasn't it I was in this place though being like, this is not the dream. Like I either want to be at home with my children or I want to be doing something that feels like really meaningful and alive and in alignment with like what I feel God's calling me to do. And I love kids, but that wasn't what I feel like was the goal.
Dogs.
So
Cue the dogs.
cue the
Always cue the dogs. You can just about anytime I hit the live button, you know they're going to bark because somebody's going to walk by, or in this case, it's the trash truck. This is real life, people. I'm so sorry. Hold.
No, that is so funny. I feel like anytime I get on the phone, my dog starts barking.
It drives me absolutely insane. I don't know why. I think they see the little button that you've pushed or the device that you have on your face, and they're like, let's bother mom right now.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I think we're in the clear. I'm so sorry. So you're
Clear.
working childcare, you're an essential worker. Continue.
Yes. And I just started praying, I was like, God, like, what's the next step? And I felt nothing. And I was applying for all these jobs and getting rejected, 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 which
Hmm.
is not a good feeling. And so I just was like, Lord, is this it? Is this the be all and end all? And in January of 2021, I just felt God start speaking to me about going on social media and posting video. And it was really random, really out of left field. But it was just so strong, like so strong on my heart to do it. Talked to my husband about it. I was like, I need to get a computer. I need to get stuff. I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to do this. He was like, you're crazy, but let's pray about it. We prayed. And then 5 days later, I randomly went on this app I'd kind of heard of called TikTok and uploaded one of the very first videos on my phone at the time, which was just this short clip of my kids sledding. And the next morning I woke up, that video had gotten 22 million views, and I ended up on the Kelly Clarkson show.
Oh, okay. Wait, was she doing a special on viral videos or on TikTok, or how did that work?
Yeah, it was a mom fail video. Like, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, it
oh,
basically was
that's
me trying to give
hilarious.
yeah. It was basically me trying to give my kids a good time, and I pushed them down a sledding hill, and they picked up speed and hit a jump, and then it turned. Yeah, and I was like, and obviously, like, you know, they're gone. Like, I'm stuck at the top of the hill. It's like, Lord, please, I hope this turns out okay. Um, so it just the timing though, like
Yeah.
they were running that segment when my video went viral. So they just reached out to me and they were like, can you come on the show? Um, so it was just crazy. It was a God thing and just
Yes.
totally opened a door. but it was, you know, even though that video went viral, I had no idea how to create content
Mm,
or anything about social media, nothing. So it was just the biggest learning curve, which we can talk about. But yeah,
yeah.
but now I help people do that.
Wow. Wow.
Mm.
Man, there is so much to unpack in there. And so I think the first question that I have is not one that I sent you, but I heard you say something. And so I'm in the social media space a lot. And I hear people almost daily say going viral is not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
So true or not true?
I feel like when they say that people go viral all the time. I would say what's viral for one person, like someone getting, you know, 1,000 views, that could be like, I went viral, you know? And then for somebody else, 22 million views. I mean, for anyone that's gonna be viral.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I think the thing that I think is really important is that we don't get stuck on vanity metrics.
Yeah.
I like feel really passionate that people need to, like, it's funny because we're content creators, but then somewhere along the way I find a lot of like business owners and people stop stop being a content creator. They're just like trying to, you know, go viral, and they get on all the vanity metrics, and it's like, no, you came on here because you had a message to share. You had something you were passionate about, and now you're letting views and things dictate what you want to share. You know what I mean? And so I'm like,
That's so good. And you're so right. You're so right. When you care more about the vanity metrics than the message, you're in
yeah,
trouble.
yeah, and that's something that I learned, and I say this a lot, is if you allow the praise or the criticism to dictate your message, you're never fully going to share what it is that you have on your heart to share, because it's always going to be like, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, that's really good. So, why short form video?
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. And I feel like this helps people understand. But if you look at like where the trends were, even in really, it was kind of before COVID. Instagram was sitting pretty. Everyone's got their like super polished, amazing filtered images. And
Right?
literally, unless you are sitting on a beach in Bali and you've got a six pack, I mean, people, it's like, good luck.
Mhm. Yeah.
Not growing. And so, but that was like what was so popular was these like overly polished, amazing images. And then COVID happened. And now
Mhm.
people aren't on the beach in Bali. People are in their robe with curlers in their hair, you know, like no makeup on. And suddenly people are on TikTok like showing genuinely real life because everyone's at home. And I think people just went crazy for the authenticity. I think
Yeah,
people were hungry for it. I think people were like, yes. Like,
that's really
yeah,
good.
my
Crazy for
kitchen
the
is
authenticity.
messy. Yes. And so TikTok boomed and totally became this social media disruptor. I think people just wanted that. They wanted that authenticity. And so then and now I think that short form video, people have realized you can educate, you can entertain. In short video, you can get people to know, like, and trust you.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter right now if it's overly curated or polished. People just want that. So so Instagram, Facebook, YouTube had to adapt to
Yeah.
what TikTok was doing because it was just so refreshing for people. So I think that's kind of what happened, and that's why now every platform is trying to model the TikTok algorithm because it's more of an interest-based algorithm rather than if you have however many followers,
Right.
you know what I mean? So we can get into that, but that's kind of
Yeah.
I think what happened.
That's fascinating. So, I think that um, most people that I talk to think that live video, doing any kind of video, like, oh my gosh, you want me to show my face? What? So, any kind of live video is very daunting for people. They're like, oh no, I can't do that. I look stupid. I sound stupid. I am stupid, whatever. I'm not doing it. It's scary. So, what do you do with your clients to help them make it feel less overwhelming?
Oh my goodness. I love this because I don't struggle with that at all.
I don't either.
Yeah, I just feel so, like, And not to say, I will say this, in the beginning, I really struggled, and even now, I struggled with what people think. So
Mhm.
but not so much like just like showing up and doing it. It was more of like, what are people going to think? What do people think about what I'm saying? So like, I get those kinds of games going on in my head sometimes. But as far as like just having a go, I think that really truly giving people permission to just have a go and to try it is the probably one of the biggest things. I think people get stuck thinking like it has to be overly branded, it has
Mhm.
to be polished, they have to have a script, they don't know what tech to use. Like I think that there's a lot of things like that that hold people up. It feels overwhelming to be like, I can't get on another platform. I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
like same like the way that I did it, you just have to like post it. Just, and you have to
Yes.
start messy. Like there's no other way about it. You have to just start.
Yeah. Just start. So this is a little bit of a side thing, but what do you think about the new Reels feature where you can do a practice video?
Oh, gosh. I think that I mean, this is the thing. This is what I'm going to come back to. I mean, I will encourage people sometimes, like if they're really nervous, like record a bunch of videos and save them to your drafts so you can
Mhm.
get
Good
comfortable. Like
idea.
for some people, it's really about like for the first time, they're going to be hearing their own voice.
Mhm.
For the first time, they're going to be seeing how they show up on camera. And I know when I started, I was like, oh, this is so cringy. I sound weird. I hate the way I look. Right? Like we all go through that. But I think if we can even bring some like normalcy around that, like that's a part of the journey. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you feeling that isn't that you're weird. We've all felt that. We all just have pushed past that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think like whatever helps you is great, but at the end of the day, like taking the action, like doing it, like I'll be honest, we're actually live right now on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, so hi everybody on TikTok.
Hey, TikTokers.
But like I don't like going live because I'm like, what do I say? So I like going live on this because I'm talking to you. But I'm
Yeah.
going live, it's like, oh, like I gotta like talk and I gotta entertain and doing that for so long, but like I'm trying to do it because I know it's a great way to create community.
Yeah.
So, but you just got to start.
Yeah. Just start. And what do you tell people when they say, I hated it, so I'm going to delete it?
Don't delete it. Can I say this? One of my most viral videos, I nearly deleted, and it's actually gone so viral. It got turned into a kid's book.
Wait,
It's
what?
yes. I did this video. Okay, when I was first starting out, this is a tip. When I was first starting out, I saw this woman do this video where if her mom was still alive, it was like what she would say to her mom. And it was really moving. And I was like, gosh, it's like, man, if I were to die, like what would I want my kids to like? What would I it sounds extreme, guys. This is what I'm thinking about walking to my car from childcare.
Yeah.
Because I posted all my videos in my car on my lunch break. Literally, that's what I did. That's how I grew my account. So I get in my car and I'm like, man, what would I want my kids to know if I were to die? And I literally just put my phone up and I just said, like, I thought of my kids and I just spoke into the camera and I just said, mommy loves you, right? Mommy loves you when you make the right decision, and mommy loves you when you make the wrong decision. Mommy loves you on your good days. Like, I literally just said what I would want to say. And I posted it and I got 0 views for like 4 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so cringy. I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete it. And then bang, it went mega viral. I've had that video. I don't even know. People have repurposed it has millions of views on other people's accounts that have stolen the audio. But it got so big that a kids book company reached out to me and they turned those words into a kids book.
Wow. That
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing. Well, that just goes to show you that when you're being obedient to what the Lord is asking you to do, you don't know what He has in store for that thing. It
Yeah.
may be just for TikTok.
Yes. It's so true. And just like so and also just deleting your videos can hurt the algorithm anyway. But I'm always like, you never know. And a video that might not perform now could take off in a week or 2 weeks. So just be okay with being vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's great. So how many videos do you suggest people post a week?
It depends on what your growth strategy is. So if you're like, I want to double down, I would say posting twice a day would be
Wow.
awesome.
Okay.
A lot of people, I know a lot of people are like 3 times a day. I couldn't do that. Not, no, I shouldn't say that. I choose not to do that
Mhm.
because, I have a family and little kids and I just don't want to do that. But that's what's also very important, though, is you need to think about what your goals are. Like if you really want to make sales, if you really want to grow, posting a lot gives you more opportunity to go viral. But I'm also on this other spectrum where I would say quality over quantity.
Okay.
But the value, if you're just starting out, of posting a lot is you get over yourself faster.
That is
And
very
then,
true. I think that's great
yeah,
advice. Yeah.
yes, that's where I'd say, like, if you're just starting out, I would say just post so that you get used to the habit of getting in front of the camera. But
Mhm.
as you grow, I think you don't have to keep up with that cadence as much if you've started to gain a community. Then it's
Mhm.
more of like refining your message and like targeting those people, and you know what I mean? It's
Right.
not this
Right.
fast.
So it's clear that you have a strategy for your growth at this point, whereas you probably didn't when you posted your first sledding mom fail video.
No.
So, how do people know, like, the kind of questions that I get is, how do I know what the strategy needs to be? And how do I know where I need to be posting? Should it be on Facebook? Should it be on TikTok? Should it be on YouTube? Should it be on Instagram? There's so many options right now.
Mhm.
And I think that's just one more thing that causes overwhelm for people. They
Yeah.
think that you have to know exactly where to be, and they think they have to know exactly what the plan is before they start.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to say to that. 2 things I'll say though is I think each platform has its own flavor. And so I think you need to pick a platform and commit to it. That would be my biggest piece of advice. Like for me,
That's good.
I obviously picked TikTok because I saw success.
Yeah.
But like that's like I have stayed consistent. I have stayed so consistent on that platform. And I've benefited from that. For people that like I think people want a quick fix. I mean, even people, this is the thing, I think even people hear my story and they're like, well, she went viral. She went on the Kelly Clarkson show. Guys, I gained maybe 15,000 followers. I know that's a lot. I know that's a lot. But I'm at 240 now because I stayed consistent. And
Mhm.
people, I think, get tired. They will post for a month and then be like, I'm not seeing the results. I'm done. And they get discouraged. But really, truly, if it's not a matter of being, if you'll be successful, it's a matter of how patient can you be and how consistent can you be till you get there.
Yeah.
So I think you need to just pick a platform and go for it.
So is there any truth to the age demographic thing, that if your audience is between this and this, you should choose this platform, this and this, you should choose this platform?
Yeah, I think there is some truth to that, but here's what I will say. If you look back at when, YouTube was in its early days, it started out as a viral platform. Like you remember the double rainbow guy and it was
Yep.
just funny videos. And now, hey, I bet a lot of people wish that they would have taken advantage of the organic growth opportunity on YouTube because people are making millions of dollars and it's become a business.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
with Instagram. All those people on Facebook, all the young people, millennials like me, were like, we want to go on Instagram and wish people would have stuck with that platform because look at it. It's a huge business place. And I kind of foresee that. I know there's like issues right now. People are worried about security with TikTok, but TikTok right now, where it's going, is it feels like that the same thing is Gen Z got on there and that's where it started. But as it will evolve and grow, it's going to be and it already is, it's a business place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have people in my industry who've literally made thousands and thousands of dollars on TikTok. There's a what's the meme? I TikTok made me buy it or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, people are converting, people are getting sales.
Yeah,
So,
for
yeah.
sure. For sure. So you said before that you are a mom of two kiddos. So as a mom and as a business owner, how do you get it all done? So talk to the mom who is in that space.
Oh, mama, know your season. That's what I would say. I remember when I had 2 kids under 2 and I was drowning in anxiety and insomnia. And God really spoke to me and he was like, "This is not your season, Melissa. I want you to lay it all down." Because I remember I was trying to launch a course
Mm.
and I was trying to do it, and it wasn't my season to be doing that as a mom. And then there came a transition where God was like, he actually spoke to me before that video went viral. He's like, "It's time to take ground." That's what he said.
Oh,
And yeah.
that's pretty specific.
Yes. And I know that like sometimes it doesn't feel that clear for us, but I think you need to take an inventory of what's your goal right now? Like I'm so glad when my kids were like little, like they're 4 and 6 now. So they're still little, but I'm building something for the future and I feel good about that. Right? So there's grace for this, even though
Yeah.
it's challenging. I'll talk to that in a second. But I just feel like there are women and moms that might be called to be a stay at home mom right now. And they are wrestling with that because they're afraid to give up their dream. But God's asking, like, they're just lay it down right now. I want you to enjoy this. That's coming, but just enjoy this. So I think like there needs to be that conversation, and then if you are called to build and to be a mom and to have a business and to do that stuff, then I think it's a lot of giving yourself a lot of grace,
Mhm.
time blocking,
Yes.
time blocking. Like I try not to work between the hours of like 4 and 7 because it's like dinner, children, family time, and then I'll work in the night and I wake up early. So it's just a matter of doing that. But I batch record my content. It's things like tactics like that,
Mhm.
and getting help.
Yeah. What does that mean, getting help?
Well, Jan, let me tell you, today I had a cleaning lady come to my house.
Woohoo!
Yep. And it's not something I don't know if I'll do it all the time, but like maybe twice a month, it's just like, hey, and I think that was overwhelming for me too, because I was like, people were like, get help. But I'm like, I don't even know, like, what do I need help with? And they were like, hire a VA. And I'm like, actually, I can do my own emails. The stuff that I'm struggling with right now is like keeping my house clean and like so do you know what I'm saying? So it's like think about like where do you need help? What's taking stress, like what's stressful for you? And
Right.
maybe it's literally being like, okay, I have an extra, I've made enough, or let's say you're just getting started. I have an extra where I have, $40. I can take that and get 2 hours where someone could clean my house,
Yep.
and like just take a little bit of that stress off and just
Yep.
start like really being I don't know why, but God's like saying this to me a lot. He's like, Melissa, be a queen in your home.
Mhm.
Like don't don't be a ragged around like think about your needs and delegate, like assess, right? Like reign and rule in your home. Stop being a servant. Be a
Yes.
servant. Do you hear what I'm saying though?
Yes. I know
Like
exactly what you're saying. Yep.
serve, but like you don't have to be overwhelmed. Like if you're overwhelmed, then like figure it out and either delegate, ask for help, and like do it.
Right? What has to be done by you, what can be delegated, and what can be deleted. Those
Yes. Yes.
yes. I love that. I love, love, love that. I think that makes it I think it makes it a little bit more uh it allows women to breathe a sigh of relief knowing that they don't have to do it all
Right.
because so many times there's so much pressure that society says you have to do it all. You do not
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, Jan. And I really went through this process because I've actually only been out on my own as an entrepreneur for a year.
Okay, girl.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go.
There you go.
But I went through this process where I didn't even know how to ask for what I needed.
Right.
And that felt like that was even like a self-worth thing, being like, wow, I need to ask. Like,
Hmm.
I'm just doing it because I don't even feel worthy enough to ask. Ask my husband, be like, hey, could you do this? Like, oh, I'll just do it. And I'm not mad about it, but I was just doing it. Whereas I could be like, hey, I'm overwhelmed. Could you help me? Like, that
Hmm.
was hard for me. Why was that hard?
Pressure
Asking the
from
cleaning lady. Yeah, it was like, this
somebody
is,
else or yourself.
yeah. This woman, the woman that came to clean my house today, she was like, Melissa, you can stop saying thank you.
Oh,
I kept being like, "Thank you so much. Thank you." She's like, I get paid."
this is what I do.
Yeah.
It's what I do. It's what I do. So let's get a little bit more tactical. What are the tools that you use that you would say are indispensable other than probably your phone?
Your phone.
Yes.
Literally, I would just say for people, like, stop, like, let's stop making this so hard. Just use your phone.
Okay.
Um, for people that are interested and, like, I know you are, like, on the tech side, I would say if that excites you and you love it, then I know people do use like Adobe Premiere. They like to edit their videos and that works for them. For other people that aren't techie, I would say get in front of a window and
Mhm.
record with your phone and just edit it using the TikTok app if that's where you want to be, or like there's other like CapCut, like other apps you can use to record. But I would say get in front of a window, natural lighting, and just get busy recording.
Get busy. It's so funny. I did a video, I guess maybe 2 weeks ago, and I got, I got a comment from somebody that I don't know, not in my circle, and he says this is a good video, but you should do it in your car because that's the trend. Everyone's doing car videos, and I wasn't in my car. I'm like, thanks for the tip.
That is actually how I grew my account because I posted videos in my car on my lunch break because that was the
Yes.
only time I had. And it was actually genius because the lighting in there is great. The sound in your car is amazing. And
Yep.
I didn't realize like that actually worked in my favor.
Yeah. Well, I do videos in the car all the time. It was just funny that he happened to call that one out because I didn't.
Yeah.
He's like, you should do this in the car. People preach from their car. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
thanks for the tip, mister. Um,
Awesome.
okay. So, how do you decide what content you're going to post? Do you have a method to your madness or do you?
Yeah, so it would depend on like so think about social media as a tool. And for a lot of people, like they don't think of it that way, but it is a tool that you
Mhm.
use. You got to think about like what's your goal with this tool. So if you are wanting to sell a course, like if you're a business and you have like you want to make sales in something or whatever, then you need to think about like okay, I'm a big believer in attraction marketing. So, okay, I need to be creating content where I am showcasing like this course or this product or this service, and you integrate that into your content. But also, you don't want to oversaturate your audience with just offer, offer, offer.
Right.
You want to build like, and in every video, even if you're offering something at the end, you got to just lead with value in
Mhm.
every video. Um, so the strategy is always giving, always leading with value, always serving people. But then, like, whatever your goal is, have your call to action direct your audience to that. So if you're wanting to grow, it's follow me for more. If you're wanting them to get a freebie and get on your email list, it's grab my freebie. You know where to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Love, love, love. Um, okay. So, what is one question that I should have asked you that I didn't?
Why? Maybe you did ask me this, but why am I passionate about about like social media right now?
Okay. So, what's your answer?
This is my answer. Before, and a lot of people don't know this about me. Actually, a lot of my TikTok friends might not know this about me. Before I was doing video and online and all of this stuff, I love, and I still do this today, I love evangelism and outreach. I love sharing my faith. Even yesterday, I was at the store dropping my dog off to get groomed, and there was a man behind the desk, and God will often highlight people to me. Like they will stick out. I'll feel compassion for them. And he had a wrist thing on, and I just was like, "Hey, could I pray for you? Could I just pray for you? Are you in pain?" And I love doing that regardless of what they believe, because I've seen people get healed supernaturally. I've seen people I was at the hotel. I was at a hotel, and the lady behind the desk, I just felt God like speak to me that she was a treasure. And so I just said that to her. I was like, "Can I just share something with you?" And I love this. I was like, "Do you mind if I just share something with you? I'm a Christian. I feel like God speaks to me for people sometimes." And I just felt he wanted me to tell you that you're a treasure. She started sobbing behind the desk, came around, gave me a hug. Yeah, said that like that day she felt like she wanted to just like give up and like just walk away.
Wow.
And like, yes. And she's like, and to hear, and I'm like, literally, I'm a walking telegram for you, a little messenger from heaven. And but that's all one-on-one,
Yeah.
and I love those. Those are so powerful. I have a book, actually, I'm coming out with it. I have so many stories of encounters like that. A lot of people don't know that about me. I love that. But to me, social media is a new way to mobilize our faith and to
Mhm.
mobilize the gospel. And right now, for me, I talk a lot about motherhood and those tools. But for so many people, I'm like, I just want to see people's voices and people be a light for Christ.
Yeah.
And I think social media is what God is going to be using now and in the future to do that. So,
Same girl. Online campus pastor here. I totally get you.
yes, that's why we connected.
Totally get you.
Mhm.
Okay. So before we wrap up, I want to do a little rapid fire here. You have not seen these questions.
Okay.
So we'll just do first thing off the top of your head. Okay.
Okay.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Shocker. Do you know your Enneagram number?
7.
Also shocker. If you had one thing, only one thing that you could eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh. Only one thing to eat for the rest of my life. Holy cow. Nachos.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sweet or salty?
Salty.
And last but not least, where can people find you on the line?
On the line. You can find me on TikTok at melissaleehughes.com. I feel like I should change my voice. melissaleehughes.com, Instagram at melissaleehughes.com, my email, melissa at melissaleehughes.com, my website, melissaleehughes.com. That's what it is. Just type in Melissa Lee Hughes, Lea for the middle name, and you'll find me.
That
My
is fantastic.
podcast, She Can Share.
Yes.
Yes, it's called She Can Share. I just launched it, all about helping women who feel spiritually dumb and want to like grow in confidence and get their voice out there. And that's what that's all about. Sharing your faith and creating content and mobilizing your faith. Yeah, that's what it's
I
about.
love that. And did I hear you drop a little hint that you're coming out with a book? Did you just say that?
Yes. So
Wow.
Jan, I have 2 books out right now, and I finished writing a book in 2018. I've done nothing with it. I just didn't feel like it was the time, but it's all on outreach and evangelism. So I do need to launch it. It's on a to-do list, but it's done, pretty much done. I should add another chapter on social media, but yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. Can I pray for you real quick while we wrap up?
Gosh, do it. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Father, I just thank you for Melissa. I thank you for the way that you've gifted her. I thank you for the way that you speak to her and the way that she is obedient to follow your voice and your leading, God. And I just pray abundant blessings over her. I pray that you would prosper her, that you would increase her territory, and that you would just bless her family, that you would give them more than they can ask or imagine, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. So good.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's been such a joy. Thank you, Jan. I loved it.
Thank you. See you later.